Hello everyone, and sorry about the glitch that happened. So, today our Insta Live is all about company secretary. If you know what is company secretary, CS, a very booming course. What is it actually? And recently we have had news that the syllabus has changed for company secretary. So, what is it all about? Today in this Insta Live, we'll just know everything in detail, so which would help you to plan your career, to know what CS is, and if you are planning to go ahead in CS, so it will help you to know how new syllabus affects you, what is the difference between the old and new syllabus, and a lot more questions which would be answered. I just would request Madhu ma'am to join in. Yeah, hello.
Hi.
Yeah, hi. So, am I audible now?
Yes, audible.
Yeah. So today, all the information and all the doubts will be cleared by Madhu ma'am. Her full name is C.S. Madhu Duggal. She is in the teaching industry from past 10 years and very well versed with what company secretary is, what are the subjects, what is the changes in the syllabus, how it is going to affect, how it is for the betterment, and all the questions would be answered by Madhu ma'am. So hello and welcome to the live, Madhu ma'am.
Hi, hi. So yes, as we all know that the announcement is already here about the CS new syllabus. I mean, we all must be waiting for it, thinking about how the changes are going to affect us, or um, how are we going to prepare about it, how it is going to be different from the last attempt. Okay, so
Yes.
we'll take it step by step. We'll first talk about CSEET. Now,
Yeah.
CSEET, as we all know, there are four papers in CSEET, and if we see, the papers are all the more same. It's business
Oh,
communication. The first paper is actually business communication. The second paper is legal aptitude, logical reasoning, and one more thing is added to logical reasoning, that is quantitative aptitude. Okay.
okay.
Earlier, we did not have this quantitative aptitude, but now quantitative aptitude has been added. And the third paper is economics, which we also study in the 12th standard, and we are more comfortable with that subject, economics. And the fourth paper is current affairs. Okay.
Okay.
Now, earlier, it was like, the we had something called as Viva Voce. We also had Viva, okay, in the CSET. But now there is no Viva Voce. So the marking system of the papers have changed. Okay, the marking system is almost changed. So we have a 200 marks paper. Now the marks are distributed like, business communication is 50 marks.
Okay.
Logical reasoning, legal aptitude becomes 70 marks. Okay,
Okay.
70 marks ka ho gaya hai. In that 70 marks, if you see, logical reasoning and quantitative aptitude is 20-20 marks. It's 20-20, 20 for logical reasoning, 20 for quantitative aptitude, and legal aptitude becomes 30 marks.
Okay.
Okay, so legal aptitude, where you had your constitution, contract act, torts, CS legislation, company law, everything. I mean, basics of law which was covered, that is for 30 marks, and logical reasoning for 20 marks, and quantitative aptitude, it is for 20 marks. Okay, this comprises 70 marks. And then economics and business environment is again 50 marks. Economics 25, business environment is 25. Okay, and then you
Okay.
have current affairs, which was earlier for 15 marks, now it is for 30 marks.
Okay.
Now it is for 30 marks. So this is total, you get to 200 marks. Okay,
Okay.
now 200 may you don't have Viva. And
Mhm.
CSEET would be, again, it can be online, that is proctored mode, wherein you will have to give online exam. Okay, but it can be offline also, as they have given in the instructions that it would be the council's decision that whether they want to conduct it online or offline. तो वो council का decision होगा, they will decide. It will be a 2 hour paper. Okay, it is going to be 2 hour. It is going to be MCQ. Okay, MCQs रहेगा पूरा उसमें, and there is no negative marking, which almost everybody
Which is
gets
really,
feared of.
yeah.
Yes. But the good news is now even the executive level has no MCQs, and there is no negative marking there also. On the
Okay.
demand of the students, the practical subjects in executive have been converted to more of a descriptive, more of a almost a descriptive paper, and there is like no need to have that MCQs nahi hai, matlab where you have to solve the sums properly. It was a
Okay.
very big demand from the student side. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I would like to interrupt for a second. So, ma'am said two words, CSEET. Now, what exactly CSEET is for the audience which are new to this
Okay.
particular career? So,
Yes.
CSEET is basically the first level of becoming a company secretary, the foundation exam that we give, and the full form is Company Secretary Executive Entrance Test.
Yes.
That's the full form, and it's a 200 marks paper. We have different subjects, as ma'am explained earlier, but the test, the exam, पूरा compiled एक ही exam होता है जो 2 hours में we have to give. Now that
Yes.
can be online or offline depending on the council's decision for that particular attempt.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and the applicability for the new portion. Okay, now since we know कि अभी portion आ गया है इस साल, तो अभी तो effective नहीं होगा. Obviously, they will give some time. Okay, so the
Correct.
applicability is those
Hmm.
who register after
Hmm.
June 16, 2023 for the November
Okay.
attempt. For
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
November attempt of 2023, those who
Hmm.
register after from June 16, 2023 onwards, okay,
Hmm.
for the November attempt, then उनके लिए first मतलब the applicability from that date, the applicability of
Okay.
CSEET 2023 portion is from that attempt.
Okay, so June attempt till June attempt, the old syllabus is applicable for all the students.
Yes.
So yeah, we actually have a question from audience. One of our audience has done LLB and now they want to do CS. So will it be difficult? Will it be easy?
See, if you have done your LLB and you're appearing for CS, you have exemption in certain papers, like you have exemption in jurisprudence. Jurisprudence is one of the papers in CS Executive, Module
Okay.
1, first paper, 100 marks with no change in the new portion. You have no changes in the papers, it remains the same. 100 marks ka pura paper hai, so there is no change. I won't say it will be very easy, but yeah, comparatively, since you have done your LLB, you know law. Assuming you know law much better way, so you can attempt the exams properly. Because in LLB you go through the Contract Act and other commercial laws and everything
Hmm.
properly. So it becomes easy to give CS executive as compared to those who don't know much about the law or who are new to law. So yes, LLB does make it easy to give CS.
Correct. So,
Yeah.
the same participant had asked one more question. What is the date of the exams? So, can we just know when we can give the exams in the whole year? Can we just know the specific months? Dates
Yes.
they can check from ICSI website. It is
Hmm.
specified there with the registration date and everything.
Hmm. So, see, exams are conducted twice in a year. One is in June and one is in December. I'll give you the dates. See, mostly it is June 2nd and June 1st between both of
Okay.
these dates, and it is fixed. These dates never change. So, June ka result is in August. It's on August 25th. There also there is no change. It's always on August 25th. December May, it will always start on December 2021st. Okay, and the
Okay.
result is on February 25th. Again, no change. So the dates are always fixed and the results are always the result date is always fixed. So इसमें कभी कोई
Okay.
change नहीं होता है.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
So now I wanted to ask one thing that
Yes.
if one student is switching from old syllabus to new syllabus,
Hmm.
so what exemption or what do they need to do? Because this might be question for a lot of students. They might give their
Yes.
exams in CSEET in June and then in December or maybe next year
Mm-hmm.
executive. So how
Mm-hmm.
would
Before we go to that question, just let me go through all the changes, which have happened in the CS
okay.
executive level. At the CS executive level, the good news is that one paper is reduced. The good news is only one paper is reduced. We still have two modules, module 1 and module 2. Okay. In module 1, we have four papers. Again, that is GIGL, Jurisprudence, Interpretation, and General Laws. You have Company Law. You have setting up of business entities. And instead of tax being the paper 4, now you have corporate accounting and financial management as paper 4. So, jo FM was in the second module is now FM and accounts has now been shifted to module 1. Okay, so it has been shifted to module 1. So we have four papers in module 1, and in module 2 we have three papers, which is capital market and securities law, economic, business and commercial laws. जो economic, business and commercial laws नहीं है, now it is economic laws, commercial laws and intellectual property laws. So they have introduced intellectual property laws as a separate part in the EBCL, and it is
Okay.
for 40 marks. So economic commercial laws for 60 marks, and your intellectual property laws for 40 marks. And the last paper is tax, which was in the module 1. Fourth paper, now it is the seventh paper in the module 2. So you have direct taxes for 60 marks, indirect taxes for 40 marks. Now entire paper is divided into 80-20. 80 would be descriptive. All the papers which we are talking about, 80 would be descriptive and 20 would be objective, except for paper number 4, that is corporate accounting and financial management. In that paper, pura paper will be descriptive, no objectives over there. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Now, coming back to the question which was asked. So,
Hmm.
if you are in the old syllabus and you
Hmm.
have given a paper, like you gave jurisprudence, okay,
Hmm.
and in jurisprudence you got an exemption, so that exemption will be applicable in the new syllabus. जो 60 marks उधर मिला, here also it will be applicable in the new syllabus. You don't have to give jurisprudence again in the module 1. All the papers which you get exemption in the old syllabus, now you will get an exemption in the new syllabus also. Okay, वो आपको एक पूरा list मिलेगा. मतलब you all know
अच्छा.
that what papers you have given in the
Hmm.
old one, and you have got 60 marks and above, so that will be applicable in the new syllabus.
Okay.
Okay, and before we move forward, let me give you the date, from which date the attempt is applicable. So
Okay.
everyone who registers after February 1st, 2023, February 1st, 2023, you register for CS executive. After February 1st, 2023, you will be eligible to give exam under the new portion, and your exam will be in December 2023.
Okay.
Okay, so December 2023 would be the exams. Okay, so
Okay.
this is about CS executive.
Executive. Yeah.
Yes.
Again, we have a few questions in the comments.
Yes.
So one student had asked, Manav, I believe, he asked that can we do CS and BMS together?
Okay, CS and BMS together. Yes, you can do CS and BMS together. I mean, it's see, doing CS and BCom together, CS and BMS together, you can do it. If you can manage your time very well, you can do both the degrees together. I mean, you can pursue both the courses together. But
Like,
I would, we always prefer, that you do CS with any bachelor stream, but you always go for LLB. LLB, it's not mandatory by the institute, but LLB is something which complements CS in a very better way. So you should always go for it, when you do CS.
yes, like as a counselor also, I would always suggest that don't put your foot in two different boats. Like BMS and CS are altogether different streams. They have altogether different subjects. BMS has 36 subjects, but not even one subject of law.
Hmm.
So, and it's difficult because BMS requires you to give that amount of time. You have internships, you have 100 marks, 200 marks projects to do, field trips, and CS also, being a professional course, requires its own particular time to do. So
Hmm.
as ma'am said, कि law, so any course which has a major law thing behind it, जैसे LLB हो गया, तो it will complement more and it will be easy for you to study because you are studying the direct tax, indirect tax, corporate accounting, portfolio management, which in CS maybe taxes might be similar, but that would be full practical and here you have full descriptive.
Yes, yes.
So and
So
that.
yeah. So question was you can do it or not. So I said you can do it, but if you're able to manage it, then it's like,
Yeah.
yes. But rather it's not prohibited or restricted, but again, as Prachi ma'am has well put, she has explained all the way that how BMS is a course which requires all that efforts because of the number of papers and your projects, your internships and everything. So if you can manage that, no, nobody is stopping you to do CS.
Yeah.
But again, yes, yeah, LLB, BCom, it complements CS. LLB complements it more.
Okay, so we
Yes.
have again a mythical and stereotype question which generally we get for commerce oriented professional courses is maths compulsory for doing CS?
Uh, Maths is compulsory, I think, in all aspects of life. See, maths, I would say, is see, it's not mandatory, but even with SP you can do CS. But since in CS EET we have a subject called as logical reasoning, and there is a subject called as quantitative aptitude, which will require number ka knowledge, which will require some knowledge about maths. So maths, if you have taken maths, it's good. Okay, matlab it will be useful. Okay, but saying that it is mandatory or something to do CS, no, it's not like that. Knowing maths is again, it's very good. I mean, maths is a subject जो आपको बहुत अच्छे से आता है, तो it always helps. But it's not like if you have done SP तो ही आप CS कर सकते हो. But SP gives you a base of the company
No.
law and all the laws which you are going to, not all the laws, but mostly the company law, the working of the company, the management, the board, and the shareholders. These terms are very, very clear, when you take SP. And major part of the portion has all these terms and all these concepts. So it is said that if you do SP, it becomes easier. But if you have taken maths and you do CS, तो ऐसा कुछ बहुत बड़ा change नहीं होने वाला है. Nothing is going to like be a very drastic change for you. We always explain all these concepts even in CS EET when you in your legal aptitude paper. Then when you come to CS executive, अगर EET का कुछ याद नहीं है तो फिर से आपको सब ऐसे हमको एक्सप्लेन करना ही पड़ता है. So the basics are always included in the portion.
Okay.
Yes.
So, one more question. Okay, one of our participant, Om, has graduated BMS, and now wants to know would CS be difficult or would CS would be easy?
See, the question is that I have graduated BMS. So on the basis of that, CS would be easy or difficult. I would say that CS would be easy or difficult based on how you study throughout your course. Depending on giving BMS, I cannot judge it will be easy or difficult for you. It is always easy or difficult depending upon your preparation.
Hmm.
आर्ट्स का स्टूडेंट भी सीएस करता है. ओके, सो वो जब करता है तो उसके पास तो एनीवेज देयर इज नो बेस, बट देन कर लेते हैं बिकॉज वो सीएस के दौरान अच्छे से पढ़ाई करते हैं. दैट इज सीएस ईटी, सीएस एग्जीक्यूटिव, सीएस प्रोफेशनल. सो गिविंग एनी बैचलर्स एग्जाम और डूइंग एनी बैचलर्स कोर्स, is that going to make CS easy or difficult for you? I would say कि see, जहाँ पे you have basic knowledge about the law, about the working of the company, थोड़ा सा एंट्री इजी हो जाता है. बट अगेन यू हैव टू डू ऑल दैट मेहनत विच इज रिक्वायर्ड. सो इन बीएमएस ऑल्सो यू विल हैव टू डू इट. सो it all depends on your preparation. It all depends upon how you carry on or how you study throughout the entire procedure, I mean
Hmm.
the portion. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So we have very interactive audience today. They're asking a lot of questions.
Okay,
So
ma'am, before
yeah.
moving to the questions, let's just get clear with CS Professional also.
Yeah. Yeah.
CS Professional, as we know, had 3 modules and 9 papers. Now there is a big good news over there that now there are only 2 modules and there are only
Okay.
7 papers. So
Okay.
in the first module you have 3 papers and 1 elective. That is, there is a group of papers. उसमें से आपको एक select करना है, and that will be a
Correct.
open book paper. So 3 papers in the module 1 and 1 elective, that is a open book paper. And in module 2 you have 2 papers normal and 1 elective. So module 2 has only 3 papers, which is 2 would be like normal one and 1 would be elective. That is from a group of subjects you have to select one, and it will be open book. Rest all would be descriptive. Okay, rest descriptive रहेगा. Again it is 100 marks का paper. And open book जो रहता है ना, open book people have this concept of कि open book है तो क्या है, I will take the book with me and I will see from it and give the answers. But open book is never that easy. कौन से पेपर पे, कौन से पेज पे क्या कॉन्सेप्ट है, कहाँ पे क्या लिखा है, इफ यू डोंट नो दैट यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू आंसर. एंड यू कैरी n number of books with you. If you have not studied anything from that, and if you don't know anything inside, I mean if you don't know the concepts, it would be very difficult for you to clear the exam in spite of being a open book paper. And the date for CS professional, those students who registered after, on or after August 1st 2023, for them the new syllabus is applicable, and for them the attempt would be June 2024. Okay, the attempt would be June 2024. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's just revise the dates because there were 3 different dates
Yes.
we discussed. So for CSEET, it's if you register after 16th June, then new syllabus would be applicable for December attempt.
November 23
November
attempt.
23 attempt. Okay. Then
Yes.
for CS Executive, it's after 1st February you register and the new syllabus would be applicable for December 23 attempt. Correct.
Perfect.
And for CS Professional, then if you register after 16th August 2023,
August 1st 2023.
okay, August 1st 2023, then it would be applicable for June 24 attempt for CS Professional.
Yes, these are the
Yes.
dates.
So
And
I hope someone was asking the dates. They got the exact dates for all the 3 attempts, all
yes,
the 3 levels.
for both executive and professional, the old syllabus people, they will get at least 2 attempts to clear the remaining modules.
Okay.
So after June 2024, there is a mandatory switch to new portion for CS executive people. After June 2024, mandatory switch over to new portion for CS executive, and after December 2024 mandatory switch for CS professionals to the new portion. मतलब अभी जो लोग old portion दे रहे हैं, you all know till what attempt you all can give these old syllabus wala papers, and after that you will have to switch mandatorily to the new syllabus.
Correct.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Questions?
Yeah, questions. So I hope Soham Panchal's question is answered. As ma'am said कि old syllabus कब तक applicable होगा और कब new में switch करना है. So I guess his question is answered. So now Asmi is asking कि do we have any international courses for company secretary?
We have this ICSA, which is UK ka CS course, which you can go for after clearing your CS exams over here, and taking like having some experience in India for certain period of time, and then you can go to UK and appear for that ICSA ka exams. There you will have certain exemptions in certain papers, and after clearing that, you can appear, like you can join any of the companies over there in UK. So it is almost similar to what almost nahi, matlab you can say it's on the similar lines of our course. See, anyways, we were ruled by the you can say Britishers, so they have given us all these laws, and इसीलिए वो laws में से we are doing the CS. Okay, तो फिर somewhat we have that opportunity that if you have given ICSI ka CS exams over here, you can give ICSA in UK, and then yes,
Practice there.
you can work there after clearing that exam.
Hmm. Okay. So, what if someone wants to do directly ICSA? They can do it directly by going there, or how does that work?
Directly, see, yes, I think directly you can go, but again, there would be no exemptions uh,
Mm.
given to you. You'll have to, go through all the papers by yourself and वैसा रहेगा. But the advantages giving CS in India and then going and doing is advantageous for you. Directly also
Okay.
you can.
Okay. Okay. So now Soham is asking, after someone has become a company secretary, how are the job opportunities for that?
Opportunities are very good, I would say,
Mm.
because since the companies are 2013, the you can say the compliance part in the companies has become so strong, and the
Mm.
requirement of a compliance officer, a person who will help the companies to comply with the rules, regulations, the demand has gone like it's rocketed. Okay, so we
Mm.
need company secretaries now, especially for the compliance and for the legal part. Okay, so yes, there is a demand, but again, I would always say that you do any course, it all depends upon how you have understood the concepts. How are you going to apply it? How are you going to crack your interview when you are actually
Mm.
asked some questions relating to your syllabus and everything? And how do you convince the people over there in the company? So your salary is always going to be depend on how are you going to crack the interview and how are you going to convince them. Job opportunities are there, they're like so many opportunities are available now. If you go on the ICSI website, now Vedanta, Foxconn joint
Yeah.
venture has happened. Okay, so
Yes.
Vedanta has come up with a vacancy for company secretary. If you go on
Okay.
the ICSI website, they have put an entire notice of what do they require from the CS and what will be
Mm.
the pay scale. I think they are giving something 12,50,000 per something annum if you go and watch it. So see, there is nothing like you don't have opportunities. You have many opportunities. Now it's up to
Mm.
you how do you utilize it. The more stronger you are with your conceptual understanding, your analytical understanding, the more it would be easier for you to grab a good opportunity and get a good package.
Correct. And we have the placement portal and everything also from the
Yes.
government. So opportunities are quite great, but at the end it depends on how you perform.
Yes, and even ICSI conducts the placement drives. Even they
Mm.
conduct placement drives for CS interns and CS employees. They come up with the advertisements whenever there is a requirement for a company secretary in the corporate sector, and if they know about it, they always advertise about it. So yeah, they are also helping. In fact, they are facilitating the students that it should
Mm.
not be difficult for them to find a job or find a placement for themselves.
Correct.
Yes.
And we have options of opening up your own consultancy as well.
Yes,
That we have. So there are ample of opportunities out there for a CS.
yes. And one more thing I would like to say, the pre-exam test also continues in the new module, in the new syllabus
Okay.
also. So
Okay.
before filling your exam form for CS executive and CS professional, you will have to clear your pre-exam test. There is entire
Okay.
procedure which you have to follow. You have to go online and give the answers. I mean, you have to attempt question papers of all the subjects. You have to get
Okay.
particular marks for that. And once you clear that, आपका result आ जाता है. ICSI को पता चल जाता है you have cleared the pre-test, and then only you are allowed to fill the exam form. Until
Okay.
you don't clear that pre-exam test, you will not be allowed to fill your exam form. So उसको clear करना again, they give you 99 attempts. So
Hmm.
99 attempts while studying CS, and you cannot clear it. So I think final exam mein you should not go and appear there. Okay, so 99
But it's
attempts and you should be able to clear it. Hmm.
But it's quite a good opportunity from their end because
Hmm.
this actually saves money. First thing which we would fill by exam form, it gives confidence to the students that
Hmm.
yeah, they've cleared the exam, so now they are ready. The revision and everything, they just need to do that, and they're ready for the exams. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So one more question we have from Vaishali, that how to improve the presentation in executive.
See, I would always suggest that, you know, what happens whenever we don't know answers, no, in CS executive. So we try to fill in the pages. वो थोड़ा सा BCom और 12th standard का वो habit होता है ना. In other words, however to say that, and therefore, और कर करके we try to fill in the pages. So my suggestion would be, see, whenever you want to, अगर if you know the answers ना, it's very difficult. It is very easy to present it. See, whatever is written in the module or whatever is asked for from a particular section, be crisp about it, and you don't have to run around the bushes to make the answer. Okay, वो करने की जरूरत नहीं है. वो तभी जरूरत पड़ती है, you know, when you don't know it. So when you are conceptually very good with the section or with the provision, and after reading the question you have understood कि ये कौन से section में से पूछा है, just, you know, uh, try to write whatever you know about that provision. Okay, especially the question which is asked here is about I think the case law questions. In the case law questions you should always write in the first paragraph that what has been actually asked in the question. Second paragraph should be like about the main answer. Second paragraph should be what is given in the provision related to the question, and third should be a conclusion कि अब जो केस लॉ में पूछा है कि ये कर सकते हैं कि नहीं, और इज इट करेक्ट और नॉट, देन दैट शुड बी योर कंक्लूजन. So this is how you can usually present your answer if it is in case law format. If it's a direct question, you know, if it's a direct question, then to whatever is there in the provision, write that. Okay, because I have seen, you know, in the answer papers, when we go through the answer papers, actual answer papers, I have seen they give full marks. It's not like, you know, theory hai to 1 mark cut kar dete, nothing like that. If you have written the entire provision properly, they give you full 4 out of 4, 3 out of 3, 5 out of 5, like that. So there is nothing like our 12th or BCom ki you have to cut 1 mark for the theory, nothing like that. So if you're good with the provision, please go and write it पूरा वैसे ही जैसे कि you have learned or it is given in the module. And please follow module language, because जब आप अपने मन की बात रखने जाते हो ना, it is very different from the examiner's मन की बात, and your paper, your answer becomes altogether very different. Try to follow the language.
Correct. Okay, so Siddhi is asking that should we wait after passing executive so that we can get the new portion of professional?
Okay. um See, this is a, I would say that, you know, waiting till August 1st. Now, it all depends upon when you clear it also. As I said, that August 1st, 2023 is the date when people will register. So, if you give in December, okay, if you give in December, your result will be out by February 25th. Okay, February 25th को result आ जाएगा. So, you imagine you are going to wait for, say, March, April, May, June, July, August. अगस्त तक आप रुकोगे, एंड देन आपका एग्जाम आएगा नेक्स्ट जून. दैट इज अनदर यू नो 8 to 9 months यू आर वेटिंग फॉर इट. तो आपका जो इतना टाइम जा रहा है, just because you want to give those 7 papers only and not the 9 papers, like if you're ready to, you know, wait for that amount of time, then I would say you go for it. But my honest suggestion would be that don't do that. Give the papers. हो सकता है कि, you know, with your old portion का preparation itself you can clear the exams. So ऐसा तो नहीं है कि 7 papers है तो बहुत easy होगा. Just there are 2 papers extra, I understand, in the CS professional. In the old syllabus there are 2 papers extra over there. So I would prefer that instead of waiting for this long, and you know, it's not necessary that whatever date has been given, usually उतने ही attempts में old portion हो जाएगा. Sometimes they extend the date. Sometimes, I'm not saying always. Sometimes they give extension for the old syllabus people to clear. जैसे यहाँ पे बोला है you are given only 2 more attempts, okay, to clear the old portion, but it might happen they might give you 1 more attempt to clear the old portion. So as per me, as per my suggestion, if you're ready to wait for that long, and if you're getting, like, you know, if you're okay with this kind of period to wait for it. But in case you are very confident that you can clear it, I would suggest do it with the old portion itself. Because many people are in the TY TY in the final year when they are appearing for CS professional. So उसके लिए पढ़ाई करें, CS professional के लिए करें, और फिर उसके
Hmm.
बाद कभी कभी ऐसा हो जाता है, so I will wait till clearing TY, then I will give CS professional, and then there comes a pressure after TY. Oh, all my friends, they are working, I'm still
Hmm.
giving exam, I'm not done internship. This ये सब thoughts जब आने लगते हैं ना, then they all just then there is a pressure upon you. So I would suggest, if possible, go with the old portion and try to clear that. And if you're ready to
Yeah.
wait, no problem for it.
Yeah. So I hope that answers your question. So I guess we have answered all the questions now. And it was very useful. We had a lot of information. I hope everyone is updated. All their doubts are clear. If in case of anything, you can just DM us on our Instagram handle, and we would be there. We'll answer. We'll try to answer you as soon as possible. And don't worry, the summary of this live would be coming out soon on Instagram, so that you don't have to, watch the whole video. You can just read it and save it, so that you actually know what was being discussed in today's live. Thank you so much, Madhu ma'am. It was very helpful to all of our students, and by far one of the most interactive Insta lives we have had.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. See you.
Bye, all the best.
Bye. Yes.